Prep Sports Weekly continues here on this Monday night. Tom Lafferty along with Steve Willits. We can talk some more high school football.
We are. You thought we were done talking about it after the Lake Stevens State Championship. We're far from done talking about it. Big game coming up on Monday, and it's not that far away from us geographically this year. It's just, I'd like to say right up the street from where I live, but a little further than that. It's at Pop Keeney Stadium over at in Bothell. The Cleats versus Cancer game, a great showcase game for high school senior players, a lot of which come out of Snohomish County, but it's a game that means even more than that. And joining us right now from Cleats versus Cancer, we have Jessica Sparks as well as an old friend of the show, Michael Bumpus. And we'll start off by talking with Jessica. Appreciate your time tonight, and I do want to put a little bit of a perspective on this. This game was started by Jessica's husband, Derek Sparks, and I'll have Jessica tell the story as to why it was started originally. Derek has come on our show a couple of different times in the past to promote this game, and unfortunately, Derek lost his own battle with cancer last year, so Jessica now kind of taking the reins, if you will. And Jessica, first of all, thank you very much for coming on with us. I know it's 14 months later, but I did want to pass along my condolences. We had a wonderful time getting to know Derek a little bit on this radio show, and certainly wishing you and your family all the best. Tell us a little bit about the origins of this game and how you've continued the game even after Derek's passing.
Yeah, so Derek birthed this game in 2018 after our middle child, Zaylee, was diagnosed with leukemia at 18. She had just graduated from high school, and July 3rd was having some things going on that didn't feel right. Went to the hospital after some blood work. We got devastating news that she was sick. So Derek, just being a football guy first and foremost and loving his kids, one day was like, I got to do something for Zaylee. I want her to know I'm thinking about her. I don't know what to do. I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. And he was like, Cleats versus Cancer. And he was always a visionary, very creative, and literally was sitting in this brown chair in our house, and it was like it just came out of his life. So he started working hard on figuring out how to make this happen. He decided it was going to be for seniors only. His goal was to raise awareness around cancer, honor our child, and really make it a big thing to really let Zaylee know he was thinking about her. And it became something so much bigger. Now 4 years into it, that these kids that play for us, about 80% are impacted by cancer somehow, whether it's a teacher, a family member, a mentor, a coach. I mean, so many of these kids in their registration will tell us, has cancer impacted your family? So the game represents our, Zaylee. It represents a final game for some seniors. Derek always hopes some kids might get an offer from a D2, D3 school. We do have colleges come to the game that can attend. So it's kind of become so much more than football. But, after Derek got sick last year, he promised me that I would keep doing the game. And I wrestled with it last year because he was sick in November. And then into December, we had our funeral for him, and I just didn't know if I had it in me to pull the game off. And I just kept hearing him say, like, you got to do this. Like, he had already put a lot in motion for me. And so with Michael's help, he's worked with Derek for years, and Derek and him are so much alike, sharing number 5, but, Bump's work ethic, his drive, his brand. Derek, I feel like put him into my world and was like, he's going to help you kind of carry this on. So we pulled the game off last year. It was super, super successful with the help of so many volunteers. We've got Tracy Skinner, Angie Alf, who are two of the women behind the scenes, and just a ton of support from coaches. And so we decided we're going to keep doing it as long as everybody continues to just pitch in, because it's a ton of work. I think for 40 days, we've just been grinding, talking every day. But we're at 212 kids for Monday. We've got 2 games scheduled at 1 and 5. And Michael's going to help kind of be head of games and help run a lot of the football side of it.
Well, and you mentioned Michael. That would be Michael Bumpus, who's on the air with us right now. And Coach, before I still call you Coach, even though you're hosting radio shows now. It's just kind of an old habit there. But so many people know you from your days playing with the Seahawks and playing with Washington State. we should probably point out here, too, Derek was a Washington State football player himself over in Pullman. I guess I should have looked up the timeline earlier. Did the two of you play at the same time, or did you get to know each other further down the road? Give us your background with Derek and how far the two of you went back.
No, Derek's a little older than me. We actually wore the same number in college. He wore it before I did. And we always knew of each other just because of the connection with Washington State. But once I started coaching high school football in Snohomish and Monroe, he reached out. He was the head coach over at Garfield. And we link up. We talk about ideas like Jess just explained. My man was full of ideas, man. I mean, if he was here today, he'd have 3 or 4 more things going right now. And we just kept in contact. So when he started this Cleats vs. Cancer thing, my role was small. He just wanted me to come in and do a coin flip. And then the next year I did a little bit more. And then the following year we're doing mini camps and showcases. And then the year that he passed was when he really wanted me to kind of be a partner in this thing. And I just stayed involved, man. That's the thing about football. You know how it is. It's a fraternity. I mean, even if you went to UW, a rival school or something, we're always connected because we share this brotherhood. So when he passed, Jess reached out to me and asked me to help out. And let me first say that Jess is doing a lot, man. Jess and then Angie, who helps out, and all the other football coaches. We got a group of some football minds, some creative minds, and just people who love helping other people and putting games like this together. So yeah, I'll be the guy running around during game day, but I would be dumb not to point out all the other people who are helping behind the scenes to get this done.
Well, and not only behind the scenes, but on the field, too. I know Jess mentioned a minute ago the number of players that are going to be there. 4 full teams, right? We got 2 games, one at 1 o'clock and one at 5 o'clock. Tell us a little bit about some of the coaches and maybe some of the other folks from the football community that are involved in this event, because it's a who's who of Washington State high school sports, really. And obviously a lot of people, I'm guessing that Derek, number one, just because of who he was and with his charisma, was able to get a lot of these people involved. But I've got to think, too, that other people like yourself have kind of stepped up since Derek's passing. Can you let us know a little bit about some of the backgrounds of some of the other folks that are going to be there?
Yeah, well, the two that I'm most connected with are Coach Izzy. We call him Coach Izzy McGuire over there at Federal Way, the head coach there. He was actually one of my hosts on my trip to Washington State. So, again, staying connected there. And then Coach Canoon over at Mount Si, the legend himself, is involved, plus a number of other coaches, man. And that's Washington high school football for you, right? Like, this is like California. Derek and I are from California. He went to Mater Dei. I went to Culver City. And in L.A. County alone, there's like 13 million people. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But you come out here, you have 4 classifications. If you haven't played against a team or a coach, you know who that head coach is or some of his assistants, and you're connected. So there's a bunch of coaches on staff willing to help out, a bunch of great football minds, too, man. This isn't just a game where coaches are out there just for the laughs and giggles and they're standing on the sideline. Like, these kids are going to get coached up, man, and they're going to get opportunities to showcase themselves in front of some of these schools. And I think that was the main thing for Derek, is that the kids who have the D1 talent, they're already discovered. You know what I mean? They have their offers. They're good to go. It's more about these D2, D3 kids, the kids who get these late looks. And especially now with the portal going on and in NIL, like, it's a totally different world for these kids. It's awesome that we're able to put something like this together and give them an opportunity with such a great coaching staff and people like Jesse and Angie who are leading the charge.
Well, and Jessica, if folks do want to get involved, and I'm looking on your Twitter account right now, it looks like the morning starts pretty bright and early there. Are there events throughout the day that people can show up for and engage with, and and maybe kind of give us the age group too? I mean, is this something that you've got for kids as well, or?
So I'm going to first acknowledge the 4 head coaches, because most of them have been with us since the get-go. So Jay Dumas is one of the head coaches, Coach Izzy, Thomas Mosby, who was a really good friend of Derek's, and then Mark Keel, who's associated with the Washington Coaches Association. So we've got some amazing coaches, and then they all have a good 9 to 10 coaches with them. So there's over 40 coaches in the game. What we're doing this year is the Coaches Association, so Mark Keel and Joe Cronin, we're running a combine that morning with them. Well, they're doing the work. We're just kind of together. For juniors and seniors, it is free. And it's something we've never done before, but Derek really wanted, him and Mark talked about doing a junior showcase these last few years, and we just last year just couldn't pull it off. And so that is going to be from 8 to 11, and that is basically free. They do need to register on our website, but we're doing that in the morning. We'll kind of start our first game at 1, and then the second game at 5. It's obviously anyone can attend, but the combine is for juniors and seniors only. And then obviously, the games are at 1 and 5. But it is at Popkini. But yeah, it's a jam-packed day for sure.
Definitely. I saw the word junior and thought it meant younger players. I didn't realize it was 1 year behind the seniors. So glad you're doing that. And there's some clarification as far as tickets to the game. Can we get some of that information too if folks want to show up at Popkini that day? It is Martin Luther King Day, so we should point that out to folks. Just because you hear the term Monday doesn't mean that you may or may not have to work that day. So come on over to the game. How can people attend the game?
Yeah, there is. You can obviously buy tickets at the game. It is $10 for admission, and then we're going through a company called Seat. It's S34T, and on our website you can get information about how to purchase tickets. We've also pretty much posted it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. But if you go to our website, you should be able to get any information you need. But you can buy tickets that day at the ticket booth.
And the money that's raised for the game in terms of cancer awareness, if folks are not able to go to the game, can they make donations to support the game?
Yes, you can. You can go to our website. There is like a donate button, and you can reach out to us through our website in any way. But there is ways to do that. The money, we did give away $10,000 to. So what we do is we pick a family from each team that a story that has we just feel there's a need to give back. And we gave 4 families $2,500 each last year, and then we gave away 4 $500 scholarships to kids who sold the most tickets. So we're trying to raise money to give back, basically, and so that's something we're going to do again this year. So at halftime, we'll be presenting two families at each game with some sponsorship money.
Outstanding. And Bump, you mentioned before, so should we be looking for you running around the stands and here, there, and everywhere? You still look like you keep yourself in pretty good shape, so I'm imagining you're up for the task, right?
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'll be doing whatever Jess asked me to do, but yeah, I'll be running around trying to make sure it's going smoothly, man. We want to make sure we put out a great product, something that the kids enjoy, the parents enjoy, and just make sure it's an overall great experience, man. I'm just honored to be a part of this and thankful that Jess is allowing me to do what I do.
No, definitely. As somebody who's been impacted by cancer myself, I appreciate both of you as well as your entire staff there for doing what you're doing. And Jess, I did want to ask too, how is the family doing?
We're good. We've got Derek. I feel like Derek keeps us very busy. The girls are busy doing their thing. We have a 14-year-old, so I've got a teenager in the house. But no, they're doing good. We've got so much love and support, and I feel like Derek's still his whole world is just all around us. So we're hanging in there. But the game, I feel like the girls really, it means a lot, for us to continue to do this for their dad. And, he paved the way. He definitely had a great vision. And I think this game can continue to do big things and serve a purpose and help kids. So we're going to, the goal is to keep doing it.
Well, 100%. Well, again, thank you very much. I plan on attending the first game, so I will see both of you over there. And again, anybody who is looking for a fantastic, fun-filled football experience on Monday, Popkini Stadium over in Bothell, one of the premier high school sports facilities, by the way, in the area. If you haven't been over there, go over there for that alone. 1 o'clock game and then a 5 o'clock game. Numerous players from Snohomish County as well as throughout Western Washington and the state of Washington taking part in this game. And I guess final thing here, Jessica, throw us the website one more time too, if you could.
So it's Cleats. So just CLEATS VS Cancer. So cleatsversuscancer.com. And you can pretty much find any information. If you want to register for the combine, there's a place to do that. If you want to purchase tickets, if you want to donate money, anything, that should answer questions. And if you have any questions, there's a place to contact us also.
Excellent. So again, Jessica Sparks, Michael Bumpus, thank you both for your time, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. There we go. That is, again, Jessica Sparks and Michael Bumpus. Just a great cause.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, it combines so many things that we appreciate, right? I mean, obviously, for me, losing my mom to cancer 5 years ago and having experienced it in other avenues of my life as well. And we like to support the local high school athletes. And like Jessica kind of pointed out, and I think Bump said it too, it wasn't just about the 5-star athlete for Derek. He wanted to help promote some of the kids who are kind of on the fence. And, you know, some of the coaches still need to see a little bit more of them before they can make that determination. And there are going to be a lot of D2, D3 type of coaches there that can potentially, they might be looking for that one last piece or two that they need to add to their puzzle. And if they can get somebody like that there, then it serves an even bigger cause than just what we're talking about.
Again, that's coming up on Monday. And what's coming up next?
We're going to call a little bit of an audible here. I'm texting as I'm talking to you here. I think we're going to go ahead and talk to our Wrestling Hill female